Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, today is Tuesday, second day of the week. Hope you still have your motivation, your drive to pursue things that are super important to you and you're passionate about. Guys, yesterday we talked about how to feel your best, to feel motivated, to feel the drive to pursue things. You need to have a routine, and specifically you need to do 3 things on time, on schedule, to make sure that you recover well, you restore all of your systems, you feel fresh and ready to go each morning. And so your performance and your energy levels and everything in between goes up, and you feel absolutely amazing every day. So what are those things? Please check back to the episode that we did yesterday and let me know how's your experiment going. And if you don't know what experiment I'm talking about, then definitely check back to the episode we did yesterday. Today we are talking about 3 things. 3 things that will make you think, hopefully think more and better about your food, about your nutrition, and also very practical things, a couple of very practical things that will improve your eating habits, your health, and quality of life. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Working on our nutrition, on our fitness, on our lifestyle. That's what it's all about. Improving the quality of our life on all levels. So thing number 1 that I wanted to talk to you about. Not all foods that are seemingly the same are the same. Yesterday, I got a question on my Instagram about one specific fermented, at least people think it's always fermented product that's on the market. It's kind of like cottage cheese for the Western world. If you are from Eastern Europe, or especially if you are like myself from Russia, you know it as tvorog. Now, a lot of dairy products, cheese and yogurts and tvorog or cottage cheese, not a lot, but some are made using live bacteria that are still alive when you consume the product. And some are made by using other methods. Sometimes it's temperature, sometimes it's certain enzymes, sometimes it's vinegar, sometimes it's lime juice, and probably there are gonna be or already are now many more ways of manufacture certain texture or certain experience of food, right? Just because it looks and tastes like yogurt, it doesn't actually mean it has live bacteria. So whenever you buy any product for the benefit of gut health, to get your probiotics, your live bacteria, make sure that somewhere on the label it says, made using live bacteria, and usually they would say what kind of bacteria, because a lot of products wouldn't use any, because it's cheaper to produce product without any bacteria. So a lot of brands who don't advertise their gut healthiness probably don't have any gut healthiness in them. And so you always need to check, and that goes for cottage cheese, for tvorog, that actually your brand, your specific food item has those live bacteria. And again, it needs to have it somewhere on the label. The same with yogurts, guys. Not all yogurts have live bacteria. So please do check the ingredient lists or the whole packaging. It should say somewhere that it's made with live bacteria, and usually it would say the kinds of bacteria used, right? So if you want to work on your gut health, make sure that you consume foods that actually have impact on your gut health via probiotics. Don't just assume. In our food world, in our food environment, you can't assume anything, guys. So that's, one practical takeaway for you to, from now on, start using. Check ingredient lists and food labels that the food you buy actually has what you buy it for. Another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is a friend of mine, a new friend of mine, reached out to me and asked me, Angela, I want to lose belly fat. And can I do it without changing my lifestyle much? And I asked what was the lifestyle. And he said, well, alcohol, parties, pizza, other things. Like I eat fruit and veg and salads on other times, but I also, do these things. And one thing for sure, guys, is you cannot get different results if you don't change much. And if you don't change much consistently, if you just eat another additional salad, or you, don't eat one piece of candy one day, it's not going to change much at all. So in order for results to dramatically change, and a lot of people want those changes, dramatical changes, when you see results, so instead of belly fat, you have six-pack abs. Understand that it's going to take quite a few changes. Now, you don't have to do them at the same time, all of them at once. You don't have to go super fast, but you do need to introduce quite a lot of changes. Specifically, sleep schedule, alcohol has a lot to do with metabolism and fat metabolism and fat around our internal organs that very often would manifest as belly fat. So, and then, of course, eating all the nutrients you need to make sure that your metabolism is indeed healthy and runs the way it's supposed to run. There are many factors that you'll need to look into if you want to get into your best shape and stay there, right? And, another important piece is consistency. You can't just do it for a couple of months, expect to get results, and then expect results to stay. No, that's why they say it's a lifestyle change. You actually gotta make the changes, however slow, however, gradually, and then actually stick to those changes to maintain results. Now, of course, getting results is harder a little or a lot harder than maintaining them, but still, you cannot expect to have the same lifestyle and then have different results. Never gonna happen. Never happened to anyone. Whoever got results and kept them when it comes to anything, not just physical health or fitness, but to anything, they develop new routines that then they maintain for long term, for life usually. That's, I think, number two. And also understand, guys, that just because you eat one more salad on top of your, pizza, beer, and late nights, it's not going to change a lot. You still have late nights, alcohol, and a lot of shitty foods that are going to affect your health. Nothing goes unnoticed in your body. Whatever you do, whatever you consume is going to interact with your body. It's going to change things, no matter whether you eat a couple of salads on top of that or not. So be real, guys. Things work the way they work, and don't expect miracles. Usually, if you see fit and healthy people, they do something differently. And if you don't like the results of what you're getting, then you got to change something and maintain that change. Number three, a little bit lighter and more, positive, because we were talking about some serious stuff. But guys, feeling good, your health, your fitness, they are important. They define the quality of your life, how you show up for life, how optimistic, energized, driven you are. And that will affect everything in your life, from your relationship to the bottom line of your business. So please do work on that, because it does matter. Something I got from a client of mine that we are working together right now. It's, by the way, a small group, and we are working mostly on weight loss, but a lot of times the results people get, they're not really that much related to weight loss. They related to overall quality of life. So I'm going to read it to you. Another non-scale victory. My mom has been visiting me for a week now and has been eating what I'm eating. And that's another cool thing I love. People usually start getting their whole families on board, and you change lives of so many people without even realizing it. Health and fitness, being energized and vibrant, it's infectious, guys. So my mom has been visiting me for a week now and has been eating what I'm eating. This morning she has she was very excited to tell me that she noticed she's no longer groaning and moaning when she gets out of bed, nor when she stands from sitting. Isn't that amazing, guys? And that's what I'm telling about. You start taking care of your health and your fitness, and in the morning, all of a sudden, you wake up and I'm like, ready to go. It's an awesome morning, and I want to sing, what a beautiful morning, or something like that, right? But you get the idea. Everything changes. I'm going to continue reading. For me, I started having an issue with my pinky and ring finger going numb during a long 10 miles and more bike ride. However, I rode 20 miles yesterday and another 12 today, and I just realized that my fingers are fine. No numbness. I'm sure it has to do with giving up added sugars, which is decreasing the inflammation in my and my mother's body. Sugar has a lot to do with inflammation because of blood sugar fluctuations, because how it affects our gut microbiome, how it suppresses our immune system. But sugar, guys, it's not the only reason why people get better or quitting sugar. It's also all the additional nutrients that people who work with me start consuming. All the vegetables, all the fatty fish, sometimes more or less organ meats, shellfish, specific supplements that make sense to take for any specific person, right? It all affects overall health and fitness. It's not just quitting sugar. No, you're not gonna get super well just by quitting sugar without adding all the nutrients that your body and your brain have been missing all this time. No, you also need to add in. It's like the conversation I had with another friend of mine. We had a quick Zoom session, and I asked him, he gave me his MyFitnessPal data, MyFitnessPal. And in this data, there were very few vegetables. And I'm like, you're not eating vegetables, or you just not putting in them in there? And he started saying that, well, they don't contain many calories. That's why I don't put some of them. I'm like, I'm not worried about calories. I'm not worried about you not eating enough vegetables and not getting all the nutrients, because vegetables per bite, per calorie, are the richest sources of many vitamins and minerals. And if you don't eat them regularly, it means that you don't get a lot of nutrition. And that might be contributing to some weight and health issues you've been having. And that's another thing, guys. We got focused so much on calories, carbs, and fats, etc., that we forgot that we eat food also for essential nutrients. That food, especially things like vegetables, have fatty fish, organ meats, eggs, nuts and seeds, beans, green leafy vegetables, fruit and berries. All these foods, they contain essential for health nutrients that will make you feel awesome, or if you don't eat them, gonna make you feel not so good at all and probably look and do your work not so well. So most of the time as a nutritionist, I'm not concerned with exactly how many calories you eat, like to the point. I'm concerned about whether you get the good stuff, the stuff that makes you feel and look good every day today and many years from now. And so now when you think about your food intake, think about that. Think about the fact that you're built from scratch from the foods you put on your plate. And not foods at all are created equal. Your pizza does not have what broccoli and salmon have, and will never have, no matter how many calories it's gonna have, less or more, right? They're just not the same, and in your body they're gonna create completely different effect, and they're gonna change the way you feel and look more and more the more of them you eat. So don't ever underestimate what you put on your plate, because again, it builds you from ground up, not just your physical body, but also your emotions and your mental state and your energy levels. Because believe it or not, guys, all this emotions and thoughts and mental states, they are all just chemical reactions in your body. And foods are made of chemicals. And every time you ingest a lot of food, and we eat pounds of it every day, you change those chemical reactions. And just like that, you change the way you feel, the way you think, what you do in life, and of course, the way you look. So think about it. And that's all I want you to do today. Think about what you heard today, and also share this episode with another person who might need a little bit more motivation today to eat better and to choose more wisely what's on their plate. Share this episode, guys. Think about what you heard. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.